ChatGPT has evolved from a simple AI chatbot into something much bigger, into the next-generation app platform that could reshape the entire internet. At OpenAI's Dev Day 2025, the company didn't just show off new features, it unveiled an entire ecosystem, a system where developers can build, launch, and even monetize full applications inside ChatGPT. And that is not just theory, because partnerships with giants like Zillow, Coursera, and Canva already prove it is happening. So what exactly did OpenAI reveal? How does this change the software world as we know it? And what does it mean for businesses, developers, and even investors like you and I? Let's break it all down. Two years ago, OpenAI's first Dev Day looked like a tech startup celebrating a big milestone. ChatGPT had 100 million weekly users and processed 300 million tokens per minute, which were huge numbers at the time. Fast forward to today, those numbers look almost small. ChatGPT now serves over 800 million users each week, processing 6 billion tokens per minute, supported by more than 4 million developers who have built businesses on top of the OpenAI platform. That is 8 times the users and 20 times the processing power in just 2 years. But this year's event was not about growth stats. It was about evolution, transforming ChatGPT from a conversational assistant into a full-blown app ecosystem. At the heart of OpenAI's announcement was the App SDK, a toolkit that allows developers to create fully interactive apps that run directly inside ChatGPT. Using a technology called the Model Compatibility Protocol, or MCP, developers can now connect ChatGPT to virtually any external data source or service without custom integrations. Think of it as a universal plug-and-play interface for AI. Here's what that means in practice. You can now use ChatGPT to browse real estate listings directly from Zillow, complete with maps, filters, and visuals, all without leaving the chat. The same goes for learning with Coursera or designing with Canva. Essentially, ChatGPT has become a new kind of app store, a one-stop portal where users access everything they need through conversation. And that's just the beginning. Complementing the App SDK is AgentKit, a suite for building and deploying AI agents. Its drag-and-drop visual tool called Agent Builder lets developers create advanced multi-step AI workflows without heavy coding. Meanwhile, ChatKit gives developers an embeddable chat interface for their own apps and websites. It handles real-time conversation, streaming responses, and interactive widgets, making any website feel like a custom AI experience. Finally, OpenAI introduced GPT-5 Codex, an advanced version of its coding, AI, that integrates directly into platforms like Slack and GitHub. It helps teams write, refactor, and analyze code faster than ever, automating parts of the development process itself. Together, these tools form the foundation of an AI-powered software universe that lives inside ChatGPT. Powerful tools only matter if they lead to better user experiences. Here's how the pipeline works. Developers use the App SDK or AgentKit to create interactive apps and AI agents. After testing and validation, those tools become instantly discoverable inside ChatGPT, where users can find them naturally through conversation. Let's say you are planning a trip. ChatGPT might suggest a travel agent app or integrate data from Expedia automatically. Or maybe you're doing home design, and Canva or a 3D modeling tool could appear directly in your chat. This eliminates the constant switching between apps and tabs. ChatGPT learns your preferences, understands context, and surfaces the right tools before you even realize you need them. It is frictionless, personal, and adaptive, which is exactly what makes it so disruptive. This evolution does not just improve convenience, it challenges the very structure of the software industry. By turning ChatGPT into an app hub, OpenAI is creating a new digital distribution model. Instead of users downloading dozens of separate apps, they can access everything through ChatGPT's unified interface. That is a massive shift for traditional SaaS companies. Traffic that once went to standalone apps could now flow through OpenAI's ecosystem. Zillow, Coursera, and Canva are early adopters, but it is only a matter of time before similar integrations expand into areas like healthcare, education, and finance. This poses a big question for the industry. If most user interactions happen inside ChatGPT, who owns the customer relationship, OpenAI or the app developer? It is not just about attention, it is also about revenue. OpenAI is already laying the groundwork for in-chat payments, contextual advertising, and one-click checkout. These could roll out in 2026, turning ChatGPT into a true commerce platform where users can browse, shop, and pay, all without ever leaving the chat. That means OpenAI is not just building a tool, it is building the next generation operating system for digital life. Of course, such an ambitious transformation comes with challenges. Enterprise adoption remains tricky. Many large organizations still hesitate to integrate ChatGPT due to security and data sovereignty concerns. Companies in finance, healthcare, and defense, for example, often require local deployments or private cloud options. There's also the question of data sharing. Partner companies must decide how much access ChatGPT should have to their internal data versus what stays exclusive to their native platforms. Striking that balance between openness and control will determine how fast this ecosystem grows. And we cannot forget about competition. Google's Gemini, Anthropic's Claude, and Elon Musk's xAI are all developing rival ecosystems. Google, in particular, has an edge through its Android integration, giving it a massive built-in user base. So while OpenAI has a clear head start, the long-term outcome will depend on how fast it can scale developer adoption and enterprise trust. In short, OpenAI's 2025 Dev Day was not just another tech event. It was the moment ChatGPT stopped being just an AI assistant and became the foundation of a new app economy. If OpenAI succeeds, ChatGPT could become the digital equivalent of Windows or iOS, a universal gateway to the internet powered entirely by natural conversation. For investors, this marks a pivotal shift. Companies partnering with OpenAI could tap into 800 million weekly users, while traditional software firms may need to rethink their entire product strategies to compete with AI-native platforms. The message is clear: the next platform war will not be about mobile apps or operating systems. It will be about who owns the AI interface. So as OpenAI, Google, Anthropic, and others race to define the future of human-computer interaction, one thing is certain: the way we use software and the internet itself will never be the same again. What do you think? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if you found this breakdown helpful, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to Trading Key for more deep dives like this. See you in the next one.